Can I hear you? Go ahead and say something.
Hello, y'all. Welcome
Yeah,
in.
okay, I can't hear you, so I'm gonna have to just unplug the mic, and it's weird that I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you? Well,
It's because it's taking over your audio source, I bet.
okay, now can I hear you?
I can hear you.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna just go
We
without a
got
mic.
2 in chat. Nobody said hi yet, but we got 2 in here listening. Did you guys hear both of us?
I'm going without my mic because it's locking you out for some reason.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Okay, I'm gonna switch this around.
Yo, Rocco. What up?
Hey, Rockamos, good to see you. I'm gonna hand my camera over here to my son. You can keep it on me or something. All right, we are headed to the post office. We've got a couple packages. One already is there. The other one is hopefully soon to be there.
Yeah, you've got... Dude, you got to be excited about this package. Rocca says hi. Now, Rocca, is it just LLC or is it myself as well? Are we both?
All the way up.
I don't know. I don't really want
Mr.
to touch
Happy
anything.
Stacker, welcome in. Happy says hi.
Welcome in, Mr. Happy Stacker.
Man, thank you guys for showing up, dropping in, saying hi. Okay. Yeah. LLC's gonna be he's gonna be driving, so he might be changing towers from time to time. But he'll be coming to a stop before long. So we're on the way to town, guys. We're doing stuff. So
Yeah, so we are headed to the post office. I got my 2 boys with me.
what up, guys? How you doing?
Good.
Good. Glad to hear your voices. All right. We've got Bayerine Peninsula, Victoria, Australia.
Wow, welcome in. Good to have you from Australia.
7:07 a.m. on Tuesday. Hello from the future, I guess. Hey,
Right
did we
on.
make it? Did we survive?
Wow. Lots of people here.
Man, that's great. We love our Aussies. We love you guys. And the Kiwis too. Even though you guys would go to war with each other if you could. Just kidding. I know you're all peace.
So yeah, we're going. One of the packages is filled with some value density. In fact, the most dense element in the world will be in that package. And yeah, me and Space Miner been talking about getting some of that value density over into Australia. So
yeah. we've been working hard, making some connections. The Institute has put in the work necessary for us to. We've got the green light. We can start. We can start forming partnerships in Australia now. So it's
very
Australia
cool.
set for imports. So we've already got all the imports and customs in line, and so pretty much it's just like we need people who love osmium, and we can come on down. So yeah,
That's awesome.
you better either ask for the B or Space Miner if you want us down there. You better ask for us by name. That way we have an excuse to go down there for business.
Please connect device.
Happy. So good to see you, Wes.
Don't worry about
Welcome
that.
in.
What was
It
that? I
is.
couldn't hear you.
Oh, I was saying we've got Wes Stacker. He popped in, and Happy was saying hi, and West Texas said look cold where I'm at. You know, I guess cold is relative, man. I'm like a lizard. If it's cold, I'm cold. If it's hot, I'm hot. So
That metal box kind of changes with the weather pretty quickly, I suppose.
it does. It's nice in the morning, actually, because that sun hits it and it warms up real quick. So
I bet. Yeah, that stove's pretty cool.
yeah, and then of course, yeah, that too, huh?
Dude, just being able to have a wood stove is actually a pretty big deal. You know, like everybody now relies on gas or electric, and like if your power goes out, it can get kind of chilly. So having a wood stove is pretty key. And good to have you in, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas.
Let's see.
Thought I would bring you all along for the ride to the post office. I got some cool deliveries today.
Yeah, so you're catching a lot of crystallized osmium today. Oh my goodness, dude. I'm stoked for your mail, man. You know what's really cool about it too is like your package will be like a normal size or whatever. If I have to guess, you're gonna catch a packet about this big. You know, about like a 10 by 12 or something. If I had to guess, or like 8 by 10 is what I'm guessing you'll get. The 8 by 10.
Yep.
But it's crazy how much value could go in there. Like, you know, I get those little investor boxes. Oh, I don't have my box out here. I'll go get one in a little bit. But, you know, they'll send over all those little tubes. At least I got a tube on me. I know I do. Son of a gun. Anyways, you could have a box of like 50 tubes, and you could have like $200 in value, $300 in value per tube. You know, have like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars crammed. And I mean, if you held it in your hand, in your palm, it'd be like a pile of BBs in your palm is worth like
Right.
gold.
Well, yeah, I don't know how many people have. I don't know how much I've talked about the Sparkle Grade tool online. I'm not sure how much I know that you and me have worked on it in depth, but yeah, this package that I'm receiving should be able to fill out these Sparkle Grade tools that I've also been working on for a while, and those are going to be pretty value dense for a little credit card sized piece of plastic.
Well, yeah, it's going to be cool. Oh man, I love that Sparkle tool, guys. We worked our butts off on this sparkle tool, right? It's pretty much like a clear acrylic card, if you will, like a little card. And in it, it'll have 5 osmium squares, and it'll go in sparkle grades 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it'll have information laminate in it. But the point is that we're going to show, like, they'll be what these ones were, what, 5 millimeters you ordered?
Yep.
Yeah, so 5 millimeter squares, right? Sparkle grades 1 through 5. But the coolest thing about it is, like, that's the difference between your Sparkle 1 and 5 could be, I don't know, maybe up to 5 or 7 times the cost or weight of a Sparkle 1. So it's going to be cool to see that graduation.
Yes, for sure. I'm excited to get to see it myself. I've been dreaming about it for so long. So, and I've actually never seen all 5 sparkle grades side by side. I mean, I've seen all the different sparkle grades, but never at once all side by side. So
I have not
either. This should be cool. Think Differently 3000. Good to have you in here. Appreciate you being here.
I have all 5 sparkle grades. I just realized. Son of a gun.
Cool.
But not in uniform. Dude, the way you got it is like, dude, that's going to be badass. Sorry, excuse my language, but it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and we wanted them all the same shape, and that way it's not confusing. People can look at a glance and understand what we're trying to convey with this tool. So excited about it. OC Stacker, welcome in. Niels Hahn, welcome in.
Hey, Neil. Yeah, this dude, well, this will be the first time this tool has been able to make presentation. All we have left is to print the laminate and put it together, and the tool is assembled officially. Like, it's going to be a collector's item, I think, man. I really do.
I think it will be too.
Well, because it has to be sourced from the Institute members. It has to be. It doesn't exist online, you know?
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Yeah, no, I'm excited about it too. So we just pulled up here to the post office, and there's a little park next door we'll probably be in, but it looks like we've got a guy packing up here. Might be homeless. Looks like he's yelling. I'm not sure what, which is kind of the thing that's a little bit nerve-wracking. It's either singing or yelling or something, but okay, so I got my 2 boys here with me. I think I'm gonna probably hand them the camera here and maybe let them go to the park while I run into the post office and pick up some stuff. Well, I'll take you in. Let's see. Let's go open.
Yeah, go in, bro. You got a First Amendment right.
Right. We'll go in and open the box, but I'm guessing that it will be held in the main office, and I'll probably not film in there just because I like this. That's one thing I try to do is build up a good relationship with the person that works at this post office. It's a small post office, so I like having a good relationship with them.
Behavior, record it for the bad behavior. You know, like,
of
I'm
course,
just saying, like,
right.
What if they give it to you and it's freaking mauled? Now you got to prove that.
Yeah.
Not like if they're going to hand it over to you and that thing's cut open, that's the time you want to have it on as witness. Just look, don't make a big deal of it. If you're self-conscious about the moment, don't make a big deal of it. Just hold your phone and use it. Just like, don't make a big deal of filming. Just don't be purposeful. Just grab your stuff, move your hands, and go. You know.
Indeed.
Well, tell
all
them.
Right, so I'm gonna walk in. We'll check my box, and then we'll probably head over to the park. So I'm still waiting, unless it came in during my drive. I'm waiting for the other package. It's going to be delivered by UPS. So I had one delivery today from FedEx, and this next one will be with UPS. So All right, we're gonna go in, guys. Here we go.
Yes.
Oh my God! I'll bring this to. Here, would you bring this one?
Yeah. Look, this is a beautiful illustration of that balance of our First Amendment. We have the right to record. We have the right to capture imagery, report on the news, record what's relevant, share with people. But if people don't want to be filmed, well, then stay out of the public. But doesn't mean you have to shove one up in their face either, right? You don't have to shove a camera in their face. And this is that back and forth line we walk. Like, look, I'm going to record what I feel is necessary. And the best way to get courtesy is to be courteous. And that goes both directions. So.
All right, it's.
Woohoo! Oh, there we are. There we are.
This is the Germany box.
Packaged really nicely, isn't it?
Yes.
It's
nice and heavy too.
Oh my goodness, I can feel the weight from there.
All right, let's take this out and then we'll bring that back
in. Man, you're gonna have at least, dude, what is that, like almost 2 grams? Nuts.
Hold on, actually, we're going back out. That needs to go in.
Oh, yeah.
It's the sound of glass.
Here, let me take that in. Here, I'm gonna give the gimbal here to my boys, and they're gonna take you into the park, and I'll be back with you here in a minute.
All right, guys, you're with us.
Asher, okay, don't show your face. Don't show your face that much.
Yeah. What's going on there, guys? Is there any? What kind of equipment do you have?
Yeah.
Let's see, some swings. Are those monkey bars swings or like one of those roller poles?
Asher, do you want to go on the swing?
Oh, swings there.
There's a guy but I don't really want to get anywhere near him, so.
Yeah, not everybody's out to get you, but it doesn't hurt to know where they're at. That's good of you to point that out. That's smart,
Yeah, it's a pretty small area, so yeah. Sorry, I'm having trouble with the gimbal here, but yeah. I literally one time I flew off this slide and landed right there. It hurt, but
you probably deserved it. I'm just kidding. Cool.
Little cool area here.
Yeah, I like that style of monkey bar. I like those.
Yeah, I'm gonna just wait for my dad to come out. So what? Oh. Yeah. I'm not. There's a dog barking, but it's like behind a fence, so we're all good. So. Oh, he's coming.
Yeah. Hey guys, so you've been stacking for a little bit now. What do you think? Do you like the gold or the silver more?
Take him down the slide.
All right. No, I'm coming.
Look at that. These kids just go running towards this strange guy walking towards them.
You guys enjoy that slide?
Yeah, that was cool. Yep, kids took us for a walk, man. So
Best way
Well-
you discover.
So Happy got his first ounce of platinum last month. Welcome
Yeah,
to
thanks.
the Platinum Club, bro.
Thanks for babysitting for me there, Happy Stacker. What do I owe you?
What Happy? Which 1 ounce platinum did you end up purchasing? Did you buy a bunch of platinum pieces, or was it one single solid ounce or bar coin?
I can barely hear. I'm gonna hop in my car so I can hear you better. It's loud out here. You kids can go play on the slide or whatever.
Oh, Rocka, I missed the metal slides. Put a bunch of sand on it and get an extra whip, you know?
All right, now I bet I can hear you.
Yeah, Rocka, I live in New Mexico, dude. I know all about hot, scalding metal slides. Like, yeah.
Yeah, these kids. When I first brought them here, man, it's crazy how fast they grow. Like, you know, I couldn't, like, now they're on the swing set all flailing about all crazy. They were all nervous, and I had to hold them and push them, and they couldn't make it up the steps. Now they're already too big for it. Crazy.
My middle boy came out the other day of his room, and I was just like, I don't know how long it's been since I've seen him like literally walk out of his room, but he just looked huge. I was like, oh my goodness, like my heart sank though. I was like,
Yeah, I know,
oh.
right? I know. That's the same way. I'm like, oh man, go back up.
Yeah, dude, just stop for just a second. Like, I'll even take that big dude walking out of there. You know, like,
Yep.
Dude, I'm getting old, man. You know,
Yep.
it's okay.
Yeah, you get old fast. It happens too fast. Like, life is short. That is not it's not just a saying.
So Happy said he got a maple platinum ounce. Dude, dope. That's good. That's good platinum right there.
Oh yeah. That's about how much platinum I have. I have them all in tenths, but I wish I need more. I need more platinum than that. I wish I
Dude,
had more.
I have built and liquidated my platinum stack over and over. But it's because it's useful. Platinum, dude, everybody dogs. Oh, it's a thin market. Bullshit.
Yeah,
It's just limited. Like, you have limited options, but everybody that's taking it is happy to take it.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, it's gonna perform well. If there's one thing that's gonna rival silver, it's probably platinum. As far as your main metals, osmium might do well too, but it's pretty niche. OTG, welcome in. Beer makes you get younger. At least mentally, right?
Yeah. So, how long are you wanting to hold that ounce? Are you just wanting it for like one big break? Are you gonna sell it on the first big break, or are you gonna like try to weather the storm? You looking for like a 10x? What you thinking out of it?
See, I'm this guy. This guy is homeless, and he's got all his stuff. He's packing. He doesn't look very happy about it either. Man, that would suck, dude. Gotta count your blessings, I guess.
You know, there was a time like I would stop and help everybody that I saw, but then the numbers just kept on going and going and going, you know, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. you know, where there's just, I literally can't afford to just, every time I see somebody help somebody, and I have to shrink back my circle, and it's, I don't mean to sound cold about it, but like literally, like if I want to be able to help people, I have to shrink back my circle to the people, you know, I want to help. That way I can still make like an impactful difference in that help. But to penny it out and act like you're doing the world a favor, nah, man, it's better to focus your energy on that one target and just give it your all and give it everything you got into it, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's crazy here in Colorado. There is the homeless population here in Denver has exploded. I mean exploded. It's
dude,
it's
what a
crazy.
miserably cold state to do that in. Like, why? Like, dude, if I'm like, listen, if I went homeless tomorrow, I know where I would be. Like, I'd be in the South, bro. I'd be
Right?
as far south as I could go.
Yeah. Yep.
Straight up. Like,
Yep. And
why is it
I think
Southern Arizona? Go ahead. Sorry.
no, yeah, I just have a feeling too that I think I would go the mountain man way. Like I would rather be I'd be out in the wilderness, build myself a little shelter, live off the land.
Yep. Like, but again, going south, I'd do it, you know?
Right.
I don't know. Whenever I was younger, before I had met my wife, I was planning, like, I had gear stashed up. Like, I bought everything I thought I would need. I had a Jeep for it. And like, I was getting ready to, like, any day just say, screw it, and drive my butt to Alaska. And I was going to go live out in Alaska. Like, and then I met my wife and, you know, changed my plans. But so there was a time I thought mountains, and I didn't mind braving the cold. But dude, nowadays I'm not afraid to say, you know, I like a warm environment.
Yep.
I just thinking about growing season too. Like if you're really gonna off grid it, like legit, like it helps your animals, it helps your crops if you have a little bit more time with the sun, you know,
Yep.
a little bit
Yeah, I
more
mean,
water.
you can find little. I would, I would think you could find little nooks and crannies that are south facing. It's a good idea. You could grow some herb up there. You could even grow some vegetables, right? Like if it was secluded enough and you got good sun and a good hideout.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, most people dismiss like one of the most important things about like the homesteading is the fat intake. Like once you get past like having a good source of fat and water, like you need fat and you need water. If you can have fatty food and water, like the rest is actually pretty easy. Like there's a lot of roots that are more than edible, and leaves and stalks and stems and la da da. That fat and that water. And so like fish is good fat, you know, if you get the right fish and stuff like that. But
Think differently. 3000 says you should have some palladium too. Australia produces 1 ounce coins, otherwise PAMP 1 ounce palladium bars. I have a gram of palladium, and I sold 1 gram of palladium, and that's the only palladium that I've laid my hands on. But I wouldn't mind having a little bit more. I should have got some when it got down to 1,000. I've been saying platinum for quite a while, but I watched palladium go from like $2,000 down to under $1,000, and at that point, it's basically as good as getting platinum when it was under $1,000. I think platinum will do a bit better than palladium, but yeah, is palladium such a small market as well? I'm sure it will perform too.
you know, if a guy, I've thought about this one before with platinum palladium. if a guy was to take his swing, like take a swing at like, let's just say like 10,000, put a big enough chunk in it to make a difference, right? He put 5 in palladium and 5 in platinum same day, right? And then started ratio trading between them. If he could find a guy that would honor the ratios, I believe that you could, between the two, platinum, palladium flipping, man, you could have really strong action in ratio trading between those two. And that could be a really good tactic. And then when you get enough platinum or palladium, whatever's worth more, whatever, then you start flopping your ratio on gold to platinum or gold to palladium.
Yeah.
Walking that, and then, or silver or whatever you choose. But I'd get out of platinum and palladium into gold and then use the gold to get into the silver.
Yep.
Personally.
Yeah, no, I think ratio trading with the metals is actually a pretty smart idea. If you've been watching the metals market for long enough and you understand the metals, I think that there's definitely good trades to be made. In fact, Ian, even when it was just a month or so ago, when silver to gold was at like 105 ratio, Ian said, "Yeah, trade your gold in for silver," and that's if you had a fair amount of it, you would have gained pretty heavily already, and we're just getting started. It's down to 80 from 105 in just a month or so. So
yeah,
you can definitely those trades you could definitely do well off them, especially if you have like a good local LC at local coin store that you can gives you a good deal where you can just trade in and out at no fees. You could definitely do very well.
Yeah. And where the clock's ticking on your ratio trading with silver to gold too right now, I'd say. Like, that ratio will reduce. It's going to continue reducing. So if you recognize this, what do you do about it? You prep
I
for
actually
ratio
see
trade.
I see a lot of people in the community that are and I guess it's safety. Like I've always said, gold is safety, and I think if you have a large amount of money, it's safe just to go into gold. But if you're actually like if you really want to do the best that you can do with these metals, silver is the place to be right now, not gold. I mean, silver is going to close the gap on gold quite a bit, especially if you would have done it at 105, switch into silver. Like you're going to gain a lot of value there. And I would say you could still move into gold or move from gold into silver and still do fairly well. I hear lots of people saying at least 30 to 1. I think it'll go past that, but I mean, that's a pretty safe bet, 30 to 1.
I think the 40 to 1 is right around the corner.
Yeah. Yep.
Like maybe
I do too. So
I don't know
but
how much
I understand
time,
people just going into gold. Like, if you've got a lot of money, why worry? Why mess with it? Why lose sleep over such things, so
yeah,
I don't mind people going into gold, but I think it's a much better option going into silver as far as value added.
Well, performance comes with the cost of your input, right? So like gold is easy. You might not get the same performance out of gold that you're going to get with, silver and platinum and some of these others, right? But it is safe and steady, nice and safe and steady. You can't really change much more about the gold market other than everybody hoarding everything,
Yeah, like, and we're in a time where gold is extra safe. And why do I say that? It's because we know that the monetary system is failing, and that's where all the central banks are going, is gold. So
right.
you can just about be sure that you're safe in gold. So I think it's a great, safe play. But if you're like me and you don't have much, I prefer silver because I think it's gonna really perform. So
Silver has the multiplier,
yeah,
and I think a lot of that has to do with like final consumption, you know, that silver, like if you want to think about it like a crypto, right? Like a crypto coin, it's the equivalent of crypto burning, coin burning. Silver, a lot of silver goes into the market and never comes out. End of story.
right. Yep.
And never, ever, ever comes out. It's in landfills, it's at the bottom of rivers, it's in backyards, it's in devices, it's too mixed up with something else, it's in too low of concentration to recycle. We lose a lot of silver every day. And
Yes.
but the mining it's not like worldwide mining has like increased per capita. It hasn't. It's decreased per capita. You might have an overall average of mining. You might be able to show overall averages of mining increase, but like when you look at like mining increase over like population and industry growth, no, you see that curve start drifting back down again according to industry growth. And then so like gold, kind of like you said, and another issue with gold, the more people that enter the gold market in a limited market like that, the more people that enter it without leaving it, it creates a steady a stabilization of the unit, and so it'll be the outside factors that affect it, not the internal factors of the gold that affect it anymore. Does that make sense? Like if everybody in the world jumps in and nobody's selling, well, then that thing gold ain't doing nothing, right? And that's stabilization. That's what happens when big nations buy a lot of it. It affects it one day, but then it doesn't go anywhere after that, you know? And so, but silver being regularly consumed, accessible in more places than gold, um, more recycling locations for silver. I think it's got a lot of room for growth, and it can compete with consumption, and it can create consumption demand, which it can drive with the economy. And gold is just not going to, you know. You there? You froze? Am I froze? Can anybody hear me? All right, I'm good, Wes says. LC's froze out. We'll see how long it takes him to correct that. Could take a minute. Could lose it. My bets, silver's got a lot of correction. And where I started with? This is where I start my correction with silver, is the natural occurrence of silver, naturally occurring in the crustal abundance. It's like we've heard figures anywhere from like 1 to 4 to 1 to 12, right? Most people landing at like roughly 1 to 6 and 1 to 8, gold, silver, naturally occurring. When you consider that, and then you look at market consumption. Yay, there you are.
My phone overheated on me, I guess. That's the first time I've had that happen, but if it happens again, we'll have to shut it down for the moment till I make it back home.
Yeah.
Happy Tiger, welcome in.
I was just sharing why I favor silver to gold. And I think it's because of the correction that's due, the ratio correction of gold to silver. is due because natural occurring, it usually lands somewhere around 1.6, 1.8, like
Yep.
a natural occurrence of gold, silver.
Yep.
And so, like, and silver industry is increasing in growth, and gold industry, like gold necessary for industry, remains a stable growth, not like any kind of drastic increase. But when the whole world's trying to go green, they're not doing it with gold. They're doing it with silver. They're doing it with platinum. They're doing it with palladium. They're doing it with ruthenium. You see? So,
Yep.
catalytic metals. They care about catalytic metals. And freaking
Yeah.
silver reacts with everything. It's nuts.
Yeah, silver is where people just, I don't think, really are grasping the amount of opportunity there is in silver. Like, I don't, like, people consider me a pumper already, and I don't even tell people where I actually think silver is going, because it's much higher than I let on. I actually play it down, and people still think I'm just a pumper, which is funny because, like, when it was $20 an ounce, people were laughing and saying it will never get back to 40. And now that we're at like 50, suddenly these people are like, oh, it's gonna keep going. And I'm like, well, why the mind shift suddenly now that it's over 40 and at 50? Now you're saying it's gonna go higher, which I agree, but, like, why was it that it was never gonna get to 40 again, and now suddenly it's gonna go higher? To me, I've been of the same mindset since I moved into it, not because I want it to go high or anything, but just because of the reality of what's taking place in the world, and how many things silver is used in industry, and only increasing in use. And it's already just the silver industry is consuming more silver than we supply on a yearly basis, by a healthy quantity. And so
We could live to see silver endangerment.
Yeah, and wait until monetary returns to silver, because that's just now going to start happening. Like, those of us that are stackers, we might be slowing down a bit on our purchases, but there's going to be a people that haven't looked at silver at all, and as it starts to go up in value, they're going to start to get in. And the more people start to get in, the higher the value is going to go, which is going to make the FOMO even worse. And it's going to make it worse on not just the monetary side, but the industrial as well. And so,
hold on, I got to say something real quick. That to something you said before you walk away from it is, like, you made a really, really strong point here. There's a lot of people that are not familiar with silver prices. They didn't know what this price of silver was yesterday or the day before or for the last year. They'd never seen it. So when they enter in and they see $50 silver, right? They're not going, oh my goodness, that's expensive. No, guys, a lot of these guys are guys that are used to, like, I mean, as a standard, buying $60, $90, $150 stocks and buying them in bulk. You see, these guys are not threatened by 50. If anything, they're like, fuck, I remember when my XYZ was $35 a share or $50 a share. I wish I could have gone back to that, because they're already paying $120, $185 a share, right, for these normal stocks. And these are stocks. We're not talking about, I own metal. Like, and so when these guys are now entering the silver market thinking $50, they're not going, pow! They're going, oh my goodness, this is like rewinding the clock back 10 years.
Yeah.
That's how they're seeing this from an investment standpoint. This is entering silver is like rolling the clock back 10 years on their previous investments. This is a prime opportunity of a lifetime. It's all the signals of lacking 0 to no resistance. Sorry,
and somebody made a good point. Yeah. Let me say, somebody just popped in here. I want to say hello to Chris Concert Corner. Welcome in. Good to see you. When silver pumps, the whales will sell just like they did with Bitcoin 125. Yeah, but see, that's kind of the thing with silver is there's not very much of that. There's not very many big whales, and I don't think we're going to sell out like that because, like I'm saying, the industry itself without the monetary value has put us in a, for 6 years now, basically a continual steady deficit and a large deficit. And so as the monetary moves into it, it's just going to keep going up in value, which is going to make the industrial just buy in even more because they don't want to lose out and they don't want to have to buy it when it's a lot more expensive. So yeah, the value potential in silver, I think, is a lot more than people think. And a point that someone was making the other day that I thought was right on target was that the people who are going to get into silver as a monetary or as an investment strategy are going to be those that are already in very risk high tolerant areas like cryptos. They're looking for risk type volatility. That's what they thrive off of. There's a type of trader that just likes very volatile, with a high possibility of high volatility. That's what they love. And there is a lot of value in that market, in that high risk trade market. We'll just look at all the cryptos. I mean,
well, it's high liquidity market too in silver. It's especially in paper. It's a very high liquidity market. You put it up, it goes for sale.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna surprise some people with the silver market.
Well, another thing too, I want to argue that I kind of think the whales have already tried this and the market didn't respond how they thought. They weren't prepared for the influx of customer. It's the Streisand effect, right? Like you make, these guys made these giant motions to try to slam the market, but thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. These guys made these big motions to try to slam the market. They already tried to short this, but they weren't prepared for everybody to just buy it up. And these guys lose margins of opportunity, because a put order can end you in a day, right? A put or a sell, like your limits, your limit buys, those can end you in a day. They can end a big guy in a day. If he's plotted, 2 points off, and that market responds right above he's lost his opportunity to buy back in. You see,
yeah.
And I think that the fight's already been on, is what I'm really saying. I think we already have the fight on. I think they're already trying the whale moves, and it's not working. The whales have been watered down in a sea of ocean of silver buyers. You can't whale up, buddy. Sell everything you got, but you won't be in that market tomorrow if you do.
Yeah.
That's the risk you take. We're not looking at look what happened to silver not too long ago. Remember? We saw 55 and it dropped back to what? 45 at the bottom and then jumped right back up to what? 50? We're pretty much resting on 50. Nobody was prepared for that kind of response. Nobody expected that. Like, dude, there was guys like, oh, here we go, last 3 months. There goes the next 3 months of me waiting. Hell no. It responded in days. It took days to reclaim that. Days. That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. And silver's
No.
a big market. So to make that kind of capture in days, dude, that is a lot of institutional money entering to make that kind of an effect. That's huge.
Yeah.
I don't think you can whale anymore. I think you can affect the price maybe for a day.
Yeah, I'm putting my phone on my window here trying to cool it down because it's like boiling hot. But yeah, let's see here.
If you guys really want to whale up, I'll tell you where to whale up right now. If you want to whale up, this is not financial advice. Rare earths. Get in now. Get in now. It's your last chance. So
the fact is that more people are selling silver than buying, and when more people are selling, that will prevent the price to go up. Supply is currently outweighing demand. Yeah, I have to disagree with you on that one. I mean, I talk with a lot of dealers, and both on the investment side, which is just like the stackers like me and Space Miner, and that side of the market is down, which is funny, which like I could, it's funny that on the back end the big money is actually moving in and buying right now, whereas the retail, who have been so long time frustrated with the silver market, are scared now. They think 50 is a high mark. They're not looking at inflation adjusted prices, like in 1980 when I was born, we were at the same price level, but the value of the fiat was so much more valuable than it is now. That same high point in silver today would be like $250. So inflation adjusted, we've got a long ways to go. However, the retail, from what, surprisingly enough, the retail I don't think understands this very much. I would have thought all stackers understood this, but I've came to find out that surprisingly not. A lot of stackers haven't. I don't know if they haven't looked too deep into the details or what, but they think that silver is high right now and it's gonna drop in value. No, not in my opinion. In my opinion, we're just getting started. Triple digit silver is gonna be the new floor. We're gonna be into the triple digits, not to go back until there's some type of reset. Triple digit silver is no thing in my opinion. Boy, this homeless guy is yelling and screaming into his phone at the top of his lungs.
Yeah, it sounds like it might be a recent thing, huh?
Yeah, I think so. My boys are over there looking over every once in a while from the playground, like, holy cow.
Just go wild, he said.
That is only true in the retail market. Yeah, OTG, that's it. The retail is the ones who are missing out. They're not like, for me, I'm trying to tell people, especially before we got to 50, like, you need to be buying in now in the 20s and the 30s. And, I was pumping, but I 50 is just a starting point. Like, yeah, sure, it's better to have bought in a large portion in the 20s, 30s, because you've already doubled your value, before it's even started. But yeah, a lot of the retail is scared right now. Some are selling on the retail, but on the back end, where the 1,000-ounce bars and the 100-ounce bars, those are fleeing from the market. So
yeah, and that's your investment side.
Yeah, and that's big money, and it's not going to turn around. So I wish the retail would be moving into it more, because it's going to go up a lot from here. And I just wish more people would be into the metals market, because I'm quite sure what's happening in the fiat side of things. And that's the other thing. A lot of people just look at the silver, and even if it wasn't for fiat going to lose its world reserve status, silver would still going to go up, in my opinion, because of these fundamental demands that are there. So silver would go up even if the fiat wasn't going to crash. But the other side of the coin is fiat is going to crash like we've never experienced in the US. So,
well, and here's another thing.
You need to be in some type of tangible asset. Silver and gold being the most long-lasting, most liquid, most renowned worldwide for value preservation through every devaluing since the beginning of fiat's time. And we're in a world reserve fiat standard. So this is going to be a huge move, which means the whole world could be affected by this global reserve fiat devaluation. And so the whole world might start looking for liquid long-term investments, which is what? Gold and silver. They don't tarnish, they don't go bad. They're the world's most traded liquidity worldwide. And so this is going to be a gold and a precious metals boom all around like never before. And there's only so many commodities to move into. And when gold and silver go crazy, then platinum and palladium are going to go crazy. And then they're going to find, wow, what else is out there? And there's going to be this tiny little market of what's in this box right here of the most value dense metal in the world. And it's a tiny market. And so you don't need a large part of the population to buy in. Like if you get 0.01% of the world's population to buy into this, it's going to be astronomical. So, that's going to happen because the metals are going to be gone through with a fine-tooth comb once this devaluation starts to play out. And so the opportunity is large in these metals, in my opinion, guys.
I wholeheartedly agree. And I wanted to respond to like the whole retail thing too.
Yeah.
A huge portion of these arguments are coming from the gold guys. Okay, I'll just call them the gold guys, right? And the irony of these responses is that gold lives somewhere in between 70 and 80% of the world's gold is in jewelry. Okay?
Yeah.
It's in jewelry. And it's only like around, now these numbers fluctuate, but around 10% of the world's gold is dedicated to monetary. Okay? Only 10%. Okay? Now silver, that's a different story. Silver is about 60% in industry, compared to gold's 5% in industry. Well, in fact, I've personally crunched those numbers down further to say only about 2.5% of the world's gold is used in like actual tangible industry, like soldering ends and foil and stuff. Like only 2.5%. Silver, 60% of silver is in industry consumption. And we talked about that, these consumables, these final consumables, like end run consumables. Like that's it. We'll never see that silver again. And so like, and then 20% of it, 15 to 20% of silver being monetary. That's a huge volume difference between gold and silver in a monetary position, which means like, look, the gold could be used as a form of a settlement. But if you're going to use currency, you're going to need silver. If you're going to need currency settlement, you're going to need silver.
That's where even like gold is becoming so valuable that gold backs are going to be usable, because a 10th ounce of gold right now is like $400 or $500 depending on which piece you're holding.
Yep.
So from there, I guess there's 1 grams as well that you can use, but I mean, otherwise you gotta go down to gold backs. And yeah, like you say, that's where silver is going to come into play. And 1 ounce of silver is soon going to be very, very valuable. So it'll be like 10th ounce silver is going to be where where you're wanting to be. I'm just doing pure metals now, but 90% dimes is I have to admit, I mean, that's a great buy, especially right now. Even though I'm moving out of the 90% industry, 90% dimes right now are a great way to get into silver because their
Lowest
premiums is
ever.
lowest premium on them ever. Under spot you can find this stuff for under spot. And once retail wakes up a little bit and some of these new customers come in because it's over $50 now, the all-time high, its premium will run again. And just like a year or two ago when Eagles were almost 100% premium, 90% were right behind Eagles. They were like 90%, they were almost 100%
25
premium too.
base, 27, 25. Like when 90% was when like Merc dimes were 25, 27 times face. Like,
yep.
That's nuts. But OTG
that guy remembers. That guy says he remembers buying a 10th ounce gold for $55. That's crazy. That's cool. Blistering Barnacles, welcome in. Good to see you, my friend.
Well, look how many of us in the silver right now. Silver and gold. Pick one. It doesn't matter. But let's just look at silver for a minute. It wasn't that long ago we remember seeing silver at $15 an ounce, $15 an ounce.
I was buying at $12. There was a point where silver was $12. I was getting Eagles at $15. And so those four, I have them in my pocket now. I have 4 silver coins, and they were about $60, all 4 of them. Now that one Eagle a few days ago was $60 itself. So all That's 4 of those used to be $60. Now I can sell one of them for $60. Thing right here.
Well, I said that a long time ago. I don't know if anybody was there for it, but man, I said it. I said, just buy the premiums. Just buy them. If you want to buy a premium piece, buy a premium piece. The premium's going to be gone soon. And
yeah,
I didn't realize how quick that would become reality. I was expecting give it a few years, give it a few years, let it earn a few bucks kind of thing. I had no clue we'd be ripping, but again, we received, I am so tired of the fear mongering. We've heard fear monger $15 silver, that won't last. We'll be back down to $8 silver in no time. Get the hell out. Oh, $25? No way. Then we hit $25. Well, it's going to crash any day. There's no way we could sustain 25. Then 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. And now we're resting at 50 at the bottom of a high.
Yep.
The bottom.
Yeah, I think 50 is the new floor, I think.
I'm convinced we're comfortable at 50. Guys are getting over price shock. It's going to take a minute for that volume to overcome. But
Emerald Coast Stacker, welcome in. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a bit, bud. Hope you're doing well.
I think I can expect a little bit of resistance for just a minute of people recognizing the signal of silver taking off again and hurrying up to sell a lot of silver, why they might be able to catch a micro dip, from that very action. But outside of that, I think everybody's pretty much like we see the sell orders. Dude, I kind of think that is the Wells trying to crash it, trying to spook the market, trying to spoof it.
Yep.
I think that's what that is. They got all the silver in the world. It won't hurt them to get rid of some of it. They were buying at $5, guys. They were buying at $5. Millions of dollars at $5 an ounce. They don't care.
Yeah, and
if they spoof the market for
3,000.
millions.
Sorry.
Go ahead. My
Think Differently
apologies.
3000 says 90% silver low premiums will be temporary. The people who are selling bought at the previous high in 2011. There's definitely a lot of that happening right now. And it's not knocking us down, as Space Miner is saying. So we're yeah, I think a big move coming here shortly. And our move up from $50 up is going to be a mind-altering effect in silver, because we'll be in uncharted territory, nominally speaking, and that's going to turn some heads, I think, and that'll bring new investors in. Like I was saying, while we already have industry in causing a deficit for 6 years in the silver market, and now with this new effect kicking into place, it's gonna get interesting, guys.
Well, I think we're going to be hearing more about ratios than we've ever heard in our entire life. I think, that guys are going to be kind of like there's going to be a lot of people out there not understanding, like, they're going to be challenging, like, all right, this is multifaceted. There's going to be a lot of people talking ratios like never before. Why? Because we're going to see those ratios reducing back down to its corrective point, okay? And they're going to be making sense of this and trying to resist this notion. It's going to be blowing their minds that this could happen, and it's just going to keep dropping. This is what we're going to see. And we're going to see a lot of people trying to exit the gold, to try to take capture of the silver, and the other thing, and on the gold side of things, I want to say this real quick to gold. I remember quarter ounces, this price, you kind of have this working man's price cap, like the blue collar price cap, right? This is what I can afford. It doesn't really matter what the cost is. This is what I can afford. And we watched it go from half ounces to quarter ounces to 1/10. And now guys are slipping into, like, well, how many grams can I get? Can I get a dose and a half peso? Can I get a dose peso? Like with that, like, they're hitting it at grams now. And now we're seeing, here's another thing we're seeing. This should tell you where the fucking market's going. Like, when you guys started in gold, how rare was it to see a half gram maple up there, or buffalo, half gram maple? How about a quarter gram? How about a 1/10 gram maple? Like, how common was that? A grain. Who the fuck could get away with, excuse my language, who could get away with selling a grain of gold? Yeah, at those premiums. But now, guess what? You're out. The working man cannot make that quarter ounce purchase. And now it's getting where he cannot afford the 10th ounce at this time. And every week he waits, it becomes more unaffordable. So he hurries up and he's capturing grams. And now he's buying half grams because grams are disappearing off the shelf. And 1/10s are now available in abundance. I remember when it was hard to get 1/10 gold. And that wasn't too long ago. It was getting hard to get 1/10 gold. And now it's getting hard to get freaking grams. That's where we're at.
Yep. Oh, hey, Jakes, welcome in. I just dropped your package into the mail here, so you got something headed your way. I'll send you the number here for it when I get off the live, if I remember. But it's you got something coming your way. And good to see you, by the way.
I took a premium hit a while back. Like, I knew I was doing it too. Like, I freaking knew. I'm like, it was kind of hard to do. I was eating some premiums, right? I was buying goldbacks and Aurum notes, in gold. I was buying goldbacks and Aurum notes because I was like, I'm not going to be able to afford these later. So I'm going to just bite the bullet now, eat the premiums now, get a whole bunch of these, and then I can walk away from it and get focused back on silver again. And now, everything I've bought in gold, the premium's been consumed. Like I'm not paying premiums on like all my premiums I could sell at melt right now and make profit over my premiums that I pay. And the point is that I keep arguing that silver is now going to become like 1 ounce silver is going to be kind of like the same issue we're having with 1/10 gold. Like it's quickly getting out of common hands, and you're going to be stuck with half ounces and quarter ounces, which they don't mint a lot of. So, like we're about to see a strangle in the market.
Yep.
Never mind. I've been lecturing for a minute. We are being priced out of
it's all
gold.
good.
Yes, I like that. Yeah. Holy crap! Why didn't I just say that?
Say what? I missed it. Oh yeah, yeah.
We are being priced out of gold! Exclamations. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and we're being priced out of silver.
That's the thing is like, we're gonna be priced that it's our dollar. I mean, ultimately, yes, silver is a good investment, even aside from the dollar crashing. But yeah, all of any commodity that is gonna be able to preserve its value. Food is great as well. Like food is gonna get expensive, but it expires, so you got to be careful there. So investment beyond food, that's where gold and silver shines. Land, a house. Housing is kind of in a bubble right now, but I mean you got to have a place to stay. But and if you can get land, great. Those are good investments too. But liquidity and long-term wealth preservation, I mean, that's where gold shines, literally. I mean, gold and silver, and silver has so much room to gain because it's been held down so hard because it was the monetary standard of a lot of the world, and they need to manipulate people's mentality to keep them out of that. And that manipulation is about to lose its grip, and I think it's going to jump quickly. Like I was talking with Ian, he's a precious metals dealer out of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and I've been talking to him for a couple of years now about this, and I said, you watch, we're going to stay at this low level of $15-20 for quite a while, and then suddenly we're going to jump up. And that's pretty much what's happened is we've jumped up to 50, and now a lot of people are thinking, oh, this is the height. No, it's going to jump up again from 50 into the triple digits. And I just wish people would be buying in now, because it's you're gonna what you did later. I don't know why my kids are crawling the fence. Oh, they're probably scared to walk past this guy.
And here's something to think about, guys. These bullions, they've got almost no effect on the industry. Us, the consumer, we've got like almost no effect on the industry, guys. This has like almost nothing to do with us. Like, and that's
yes,
like one
no,
of like
for
the
sure.
really
Oh, for
scary
sure.
things.
Yes,
it's not
good
bullions
point.
driving
Yeah.
the industry. It's solar panels and reaction vessels and whatever.
I'm not staying anywhere near. I'm not even. Okay. Is it okay if I lock?
You can if you want. You're fine though. Did you guys have fun in the park?
Yeah.
Cool.
Except that guy.
That guy is kind of upset about something. He's yelling at the top of his lungs, isn't he?
And
Buy silver dimes rather than silver ounces if you do not have much cash. Right. Think differently. Think differently. That's kind of where my mind's been going lately. Like, I've been aiming. I've been absorbing a lot of premiums in my purchases because I've been preparing to make myself price accessible to people, right? Because, like, look, let's say things are really kind of like crunching. Everybody's aware of precious metals now. Everybody's trying to get their hands on silver, trade in silver, lot of dough, right? When that moment happens, okay, there's going to be a lot of people coming to the store maybe the store does take precious metals, right? There's going to be a lot of people coming to the stores and saying, like, look, I got an ounce of gold, and they're going to be like, well, break it into pieces because I can't give you enough value for that. I can't give you enough value for that whole gold. I can't even return your change for that, or I don't want to,
Yeah.
maybe I don't want to give you full value for that. Maybe I just want to give you this much and send you on your way. You, as a person that is like, capturing this for the future, if you're expecting these metals to be price inaccessible to you, then you have to be prepared. Like Think Differently was saying, like, there's going to be a lot more people dealing in dimes than they will be 1 ounce maples. I mean, that's just how it is, especially the more expensive it gets. It's going to be harder for people. Like, look, maybe a pawn shop has this much room for purchase. Well, if the first guy that walks in with a gold maple and the guy says, okay, I'll do it, and you just took his whole month's purchase power, nobody else is winning. Nobody else is going to win that one. Walmart Bullion Exchange. Emerald Coast. Hey, welcome in, buddy. Yeah. So yeah, and that's kind of what I was getting at earlier with the gold backs. I'm just going to keep yapping until B makes it back. But that's what I was getting at with the gold backs is like I spent a lot of money in premiums to create a positionable stack of gold back that makes me functionable and accessible. So when people are wanting to do the smaller business and they don't want to freaking sell off their whole ounce of gold, like, look, if you're expecting every day the price to tick up 1 notch, right? And you have 1 ounce of gold, you have to sell it at some point on one of these notches. So you can either starve until you can't, and you sell it there, and then it's done. Now you have to somehow figure out how to re-enter the market the next day at a higher cost. One thing you can use at your disposal with like gold back. Now, I wouldn't recommend gold back for this. Gold back's for something different. But as an example, if you have a 1 ounce stack of gold backs, you don't have to sell off your entire 1 ounce stack in one day. You could just pull that divisible amount you need off the top. All right, I only need that much. And meanwhile, the rest of the stack still gets to grow every day until you have to pinch it off again and pinch it off. But if you march in with a 1 ounce, dude, that's a one and done. Unless the guy's going to let you sit there and grind off your 1 ounce coin on a scale. Maybe he will. I don't know.
Cool. I'm going to
different times. Wow.
I'm going to run in, check the post office, make sure this van didn't bring my package. I'm going to leave you here in the car with my boys, but continue holding the fort down, Space Miner. You're doing good.
All right. Well, I don't know. Let us see what he says. I traded off all my Slick Warren constitutional silver 3+ years ago. That was actually probably a good idea. Just free yourself up for future investment.
He's already left, I think.
Oh, that's fine. I'm talking to Jake on in the chat. And Chris, I have around 150 ounces of silver just in dimes. Yeah, that's a good stack. And just here's Chris. I used to hate constitutional silver like 90%. Like I didn't like it. Okay, but I was over at a friend's house. And he showed me his little stack. He's like, hey, you want to see some silver dimes? And I'm like entertaining the guy, like, yeah, sure, I'll see your dimes. I didn't really think much about it. And he pulls out like this old school money bag, right? You know, the money bag. And he opens it up and it's full of Merc dimes, dude. And he like digs his hand in and pulls up this like handful like of silver dimes and then like pours them back in. I don't know. It must have struck something in my childhood going back to like cartoons of silver and gold, you know? The money pour or something. Merc dimes are dope. Pound of Merc dimes or something, you know?
All right, I'm heading home. I'm tired of waiting for this package. I'll just come back for it when if it gets dropped off today.
Traded into another metal. What metal did you trade into, Jake? And speaking of other metals, I've been speculating on a lot of metals.
Just happened.
What happened?
So he sort of waved by.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what.
Being friendly?
Audio something is going funny with the audio.
Yeah, you were going through a bad reception or something for a moment. They cut us off for a second. Traded into gold, gotcha. You know, I am not a metal elitist. I do not think there is one metal that rules them all. You know, like every metal has a technique and a tactic and an investment structure and its own world. And like, you know, like indium. I stack indium. There's a whole world of people out there collecting, stacking, buying, selling, trading indium. And I'm one of those. I just so happen to be one of those guys. You know, us in the indium world are waiting for our big break. You know, we're due a huge correction also. There's a lot of us going to win big because we're dealing in like kilos right now while they're cheap. You know, but you know, indium could correct 10, 20, 25 times. Easy, like in an overnight motion. Like, you know, that's one of those. And so I am not a metal elitist.
So we're gonna go home and we're gonna break into this package right here. And we've got some value density in that package.
Oh.
And I'll have to come back for my other package, which I'm quite excited about. It's pretty value dense as well.
Isn't that
Chris, real quick.
But it's
Chris, you are stacking nickels and you're interested in the nickel and you're interested in the copper and you got to connect with B, okay? He's got a really good connection at pure nickel, pure copper, at stackable weights and costs. You know, it's not like this 1 ounce shiny bullion stuff. It's it's good ingot, oxygen-free ingot, but.
Yep, I've yet to run into anybody that hasn't said that that's the best deal on pure nickel and pure copper. 4 9s copper and 395 plus pure nickel. And great pricing. So if you're interested in that, send me an email, longlivecoins@gmail.com. And we'll get you hooked up.
But, you know, we have a couple guys out there stacking it, you know, like I ordered some, but B was sold out, you know, like it went quick, pounds and pounds and pounds and pounds of gold, copper and nickel just,
Yep.
Like that, dude, people responded really well to that, I'd say, you know, I think it was nice for people to have entry to gold, I keep saying gold, copper and nickel, you know.
Yeah, sorry guys, if this stream starts to go, I'm gonna start another live when I get home, and it shouldn't have all the problems. So if you gotta go now, I understand. Thanks for being here, and we'll be back live shortly. So hope to see you then.
By the way, thanks, Chris. I'm new to your name. I didn't recognize your name right off the bat, and if you've been around, sorry I missed you, man. Nice to meet you. Welcome in. Appreciate all your contributions to this. It's cool to see you.
Yeah, Chris. Thanks for hanging out with us. That's a great deal you got on the 90% Dimer. I'm glad to see you have that much. That package is actually from Germany, so it is not an APMEX package, but there is some very valuable metal inside.
Oh, Chris, dude, if you are here, can you just kind of tell me so I quit feeling like I'm walking on eggshells here? If you're new, all right, I'm new. Okay, cool, dude. When B gets home, LLC, when he gets home, you really need to join us and come over, check out the crystallized osmium, ask some questions about our 8th and final precious metal to be traded, and sold and held, because we can finally trade osmium in a tangible form, finally, like safely and respectably and ethically. So,
and proof positive as well. It's got its own built-in security codes.
Yeah. Chris, osmium, crystallized osmium, is a precious metal. It is a platinum group metal, and it is the final indissolvable metal in the refining process. Like, you just can't get rid of the stuff, right? And
yeah, actually,
that's
how they found it. They were dissolving other metals in acids, and there was some stuff left at the bottom. That was osmium.
And they isolated it into 2 elements, osmium and iridium. Okay, and these are the most inert of elements, and they're iridium might be a bit more inert, possibly, but regardless, it's ultra dense. It's the densest naturally occurring non-radioactive element in the world. It's well beyond the density of gold. So like, you can't pack it full of even gold or tungsten to make it heavier. It's beautiful, crystalline, naturally blue. The only blue metal, naturally blue hue metal. Amazing, beautiful, value dense. It's in a class of its own. In fact, it's a new asset class. There was a study performed, and they declared it a new asset class of investment, a new class of investment. Like, it's a first of its kind to meet so many qualities of investment. And it's new. Like, it's only been in America 2-3 years, and it's only been available for like 10 to 12 years. So,
welcome in, Mods Grapes. Good to see you. We are right now. I'm driving through the outskirts of Denver, Colorado, and Space Miner is out of New Mexico. Excuse me.
Northwest New Mexico, Four Corners area. So, yeah, we are between the two of us. LLC is the Colorado State Institute for Crystallized Osmium, representing Osmium Institute out of Germany, and I'm the New Mexico branch of. I'm the New Mexico and Arizona Institute. Thank you, sweet girl. What do you need? What other ones? Oh, gotcha. Which one's
The back one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. So, my wife was taking care of me and bringing me light to my little tin shed.
Sweet.
Yeah. Thanks, wife. Anyways, yeah, dude, you really got to see it. Grapes. Hello.
Yeah, good to see you in here, Moz Grapes. I don't think I've seen you here before, so well, we have connections to the same company, but we're both kind of precious metal stackers, which is how we came to work with one of the same company. But we're independent contractors, basically.
Right.
But do you work much in the metals yourself? We're stackers.
Yeah, we were invited by the Osmium Institute, brought in by invitation. We were customers. We were highly intrigued, highly dedicated to the metal. Like we naturally recognized the values and of osmium, and you know they wanted to have us, and so they invited us, and here we are. You know, but what it does is it gives us the ability to help you gain access to this. You know, because otherwise you'd be, you know, dealing with imports from Germany and insurances and all sorts of stuff, and so the institute trains us in precious metals investments, in investments in general. We go through a lot of training and certification to be recognized by the institute.
Cool. I'm just a private collector. Yeah, basically what we are too.
Yeah, and so we are. We're precious metals investors and stackers, guys. I mean, that's what we do.
Yep.
We're just people
And
doing stuff.
sorry, this live stream's got a bad audio problem going, but I'm about to shut this off, and we're gonna kick it back off from my home, and it should be a lot cleaner and clearer at that point.
Yes, great.
So we'll be back soon.
Oh, and a little side note. If I was bad with the camera, I'm sorry, okay?
Oh, I think you did good. Got my two boys with me. They escorted me over to the post office. Keep me safe.
Why don't you let us? Are you taking us all the way into the office, or?
What's that?
Are you taking us all the way into the office, or are you going to shut it down prior?
I'm thinking to shut it down shortly here. Looks like we got a package delivered here.
Mods Grapes and Chris, and of course Jay Gosi, you know, and Rocka and OTG and Emerald. You know, think differently. I hope you're still here. I hope you guys come back and see what he's unboxing, because this is gonna be fun. Like, this is really cool. We're
Okay,
really excited about this moment. So
I'm headed into the home front, so hang with me.
oh, this is so cool, man. Finally seeing that sparkle tool come to life. What did I do with that remote? I'm going nuts.
Check them all. Just in case. Yeah.
I lost my remote. Oh, there it is.
Check it out, guys. Chemtrails today. That's nice.
Really? How courteous.
Nice and unusual.
That means they're just working it somewhere else, man.
I can't. Your whole business, maybe. It's lighter. No. I don't want to.
The government reopened.
All right.
Yeah. Where'd all the chemtrails
All right,
go?
so now you
Government's closed.
should all right.
Government opens back up. There's them chemtrails.
And I just kind of wonder for like there's people that think that they're just contrails, you know. But it's like, so how do you figure like some of the planes fly over and they just have a little bit of a contrail for about what 30 seconds coming out of the back of their plane. But then others have a trail that lasts forever. And what do people think? Like, oh, they just bought some bad gas, or there's good gas and there's bad gas, there's good jet fuel and bad jet fuel. I don't know.
Yeah, they make all sorts of silly and dumb, worthless excuses that are illogical. Most of them are straw mans, gaslight, steel man, ad hom, false dichotomy. These are all their arguments. But at the end of the day, we have video evidence and testimonial. So, like, you can't deny it. I mean, do you not pay attention to, do you not watch your Congress?
Yeah, the government actually has websites to explain it. So
yeah, they have to publish this publicly. These are the every last word is online. You can look it up and scroll through it and hear every last word that was spoken out loud.
yeah, so my walls are made out of something that you can huff and puff and blow all you like, but they won't come down.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good thing. All right, guys, I'm gonna cut this live off from my phone and get it set up on in my office where we have a better setup. And hopefully I'll be able to drag Space Miner back here with me, and we'll get into that box.
Let's do it.
All right, cool. All right, guys, we will catch you shortly. Space Miner, I'll get with you.
Cool.
All right, later, guys.
Come back later.